Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're going to go over some Earth Rune. Why not? Because it's been pretty interesting lately, so I thought I'd give it some form of shot. So it's just a pretty standard net decky list. So you've got your iron smelters, your mages, your red hot rituals, a little bit of elemental archery for the extra earth right, Prince of Magic, Petrification, which is a great card for clearing out Seraph. You've got your big ward cards, which is set up really nicely with Conjure Golems. Professor Taboos, which is a great combo piece if you can pull it off with a few Earthrights. You can usually clear house. You can banish followers with that and that, which is great for any, what are they? Last word decks, you know, things that rely on that. It's great to clear them out. Your standard unicorn for some healing, obviously your mages for the extra damage. You could probably get Piercing Rune in here, maybe instead of Elemental Archery. Why did I say Archery? Alchemy. Wow, that was a mistake and a half, eh? You got Veteran Alchemists for the healing. And basically you just hold out. And then, yeah. So I played a couple games, we're mostly just playing unranked with it. And it seems to do okay. It's about 50-50 from what I've played. Really depends on your matchup. And your draw, obviously. If you draw pretty crappily and get all high cards, it can be quite hard. But if you draw into a couple of low drops, you can usually control the board just enough to pull through in the end. So why not? Alright, Forest. I haven't actually played a Forest with this deck yet, so this will be interesting. I love that, but it's probably way too early for that. I'm not an expert with this deck at all. I've only played, like I said, about 4 or 5 games with it so far. Just to get a rough idea on how it plays. I'm not sure what the best mulligans for each class is, but we'll work it out. Alright, we'll go with the unicorn. Petrification is a great card. Against things like Seraph, Mordecai's, things like that. Elena's. All those kind of decks that you have trouble clearing something. I think we'll drop that. This is the only card in the entire deck that I think can easily be swapped out for anything else. It's a good card, but there are other cards that can fill that slot. So it's really up to you what you guys want to put in that slot. As long as it's around the same kind of cost, between probably 1 and 4 range, it shouldn't really affect the consistency of the deck. I was going to just go, but I think we'll just petrify that. There's not much in Forest that you can really hit with the Petrification. Nothing that I can't hit late game with a Calamity's Curse. So, may as well hit it now. We get Time War Mage next turn, which is good. Alright, the opponent's just taking their time. Not too much has happened on board. I know they've got a couple of things back in there, but I think we'll be alright. Alright, so they're going to use the fairy as a trade-off. I suppose that's pretty fair. We'll just hit that with a red hot ritual. And we use the Time Worn to kill off the goblin. Dwarven Alchemist actually looks pretty good too. Might actually go with the Dwarven Alchemist. Its Evolve isn't quite as good as Time Worn Mage, but the pulling an Earthright card, which is kind of what I need right now, is something that I can take advantage of later. think we'll drop the 1. Set ourselves up for turn 6. There's lots of Earthright cards once you get to the later game. So you want to be able to activate their effects, so it's not bad having at least 2 sigils on the field most of the time. Because you're going to go through them pretty quick. Like, I can activate 1 off Petrification already. So, not the worst situation to be in. They may take the Evolve. Which in that case we'll just kill it with a red heart again. Yeah, okay. They went with the Evolve, that's what we thought. So we'll kill that with the red heart ritual. Time 1 mage probably play. It really depends on the draw though. This one, this is pain. We will go with the time 1. The Dwarven Alchemist is good as just its own play, but the time 1 really isn't as good. Alright, I think that's fine. The time 1 mage and the Dwarven Alchemist should be tradable. We've got Petrification to get rid of an Earthright if we need to. And versing Fairy, there's not much that we really have to worry about. So really looking for anything big. So Taboo, even Veteran Alchemist would be okay. Anything like that. This would be interesting because they're not going to be able to push game with it. Okay. Obviously they already have roaches in hand enough that they don't need them. Alright, and they've turned the time mage. I guess that's not a bad play. And we get Laboratory, which is a pretty good draw. This is going to make it really hard for them to roach now. Laboratory is a pretty key card, especially against aggro matches and stuff. As long as you can drag them out long enough, that's a problem. You can really set up a nice defensive wall with the golems all the time. And you get things like that where your opponent will just concede, so... As long as you have a rough idea on what deck you're going up against, this deck works pretty well. Like I said, I haven't taken on a ranked yet, so I'm not sure how it will fare in a meta style. But a lot of the decks that you're focusing on unranked now are quite meta heavy as well, so I can't imagine it would do that badly. But you guys in the comments, if you've been trying this deck out or whatever else, just, you know, tell people your experiences, things you might swap out. That's completely fine, I don't mind. You can ask a question here and there. I may respond, I may not. If you tweet me at Twitter, I'm more likely to respond to questions on there than in the comments. Because Twitter just shows me that you have gone out of your way to actually ask the question. So I'm going to be more inclined to answer. Getting both these scraps pretty early isn't bad. Sets up a nice early play. Gives you a little bit of defense. Alright, we may as well just set both of them up. We've got the cards to get rid of them, so I'm not too worried about that. I can't really play that yet. I think we'll just play Petrification. The Banish is actually pretty fine here. It stops them from ramping up. And then turn 4 we can pretty much drop Mage without any worries. Might actually have to play Prince, which is kind of sucky, but I don't want to deal with that. This is where this deck excels. It's the most Banish heavy deck I've seen. I did pretty much waste an Evolve there, but we need to get something. If we don't get something now, we're going to be too late by turn 7. Where they're going to start playing heavy cards. Alright, Mage is fine. Oops. Evolve the Mage. Use its spell to clear off the board. Okay. Got an alright hand, really. We just need to be able to play it. Alright, so that didn't really have a target. But they're just trying to dig out cards now by the looks of it. Alright, that's fair. Alright, that's good. I think that'll be okay. The ward's still there, which makes it a little harder to get round. We've got a triple Conjure Golem in hand and a Secrets in hand as well. Which can all be triggered, so... Now I'm just debating on whether I should just play it. I think we will just play it. I think we'll do this. Take the evolve. We got plenty of clearing stuff, so I'm not too worried about that. We can use Red Hot on the Scholar at any point as long as it's not evolved, but I'm not too worried about that either. Plus, it's kind of a 50-50 for them when it comes to their attacking, unless they get the Dragon Newts out, so... Alright, and that's perfect because that has to trade with one of these guys in the end. Unless they can find some way around them. No, good. Alright, that's actually not bad at all. Just get a couple of these guys out. So I'm expecting a Salamander. That's gonna happen. But we're not gonna have any trouble refilling the board, so not a big worry. That's dangerous. So we're not leaving that on board at all. Actually, that was quite dumb. That was really dumb. I should have just ended the game. Wow. Alright. I was too worried about thinking the Dragon Unit. I didn't even pay attention to my opponent's health. So this is why you should always pay attention to what's going on here. That's fine. I'm actually just going to ban it. I can't do that off that, can I? Dwarven Alchemist. Earth Essence. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. No point wasting the Bahamut. But I'm not too worried because we can always combo the Red Hot with the Calamity Curse to banish everything. Once you get to turn 10, if you have any kind of hand, you're pretty set. There's not much that can really stuff you up. 3. Okay. Well, that's even better than what I would have went with, but... Kill off and fill the board. That's what we're aiming for. Professor Taboos fits really nicely with that kind of combination. Their hand is empty, so they got to rely on a top deck. Top deck Bahamut again, and then I just play mine and end them out. But we'll see. Yep, that'll be it. So I really wish I had ended this game sooner, but I suppose this gives at least an idea on how to deal with other things, so that's not too bad. There's no one else I'd rather lose to. There we go. So this deck seems to do quite well. Alright, so if you like this deck, there will be a link in the description to check that out. You can also check out the Patreon, you can check out the like button, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.